How you feeling today, Brian?
Electrifying. How about yourself?
Electrifying. I like that. I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful. Blessed and highly favored.
Amen.
Yes.
All right.
So you are in the stage play, What Kind of Man? Can you just tell us a little bit about the play and what we can expect to see?
Oh, oh. Well, first off, shout out to my fellow castmates. They all did a great job. And get your tickets on eventbrite.com. The play is around the corner. But about this play, man, look for the energy, look for the chemistry that we have, especially with Clay and what he goes through and how he does things. Hey, what's up, Steve? That's my co-star, by the way. Shout outs to her. The cast, look out, like a lot of people can relate to the story. Dealing with another, your spouse in the relationships, with marriage, everything. Just, look out for, certain situations. Like, what would you do if Clay went through this? Or what would you do if Drew went through this? Or what would you do if anybody went through this? Shout out to Mel, because she did such an amazing job with this cast. All the hard work, the sacrifice that she's done to make this a reality. Just keep on going, man. Just keep on going. But just look out for the chemistry. Look out for like the drama, the guests. I'm not going to tell you everything. Let's just say Clay is going to have a moment that a lot of men can relate.
Okay.
All right.
So you do play the character of Clay. So just tell us a little bit about Clay so we know what he about.
Clay is the kind of man who has a strained relationship with his mother, really trying to make things work with his girlfriend. He's trying to define all the odds. His downfall is drugs and alcohol. Trying to cope with the problems with alcohol. He feels like he's out of his luck, lost his job, lost his way, and he feels completely distraught. He feels like he's about to lose it any moment. A man that has it all and then lose it all is like a whole different ball game. And he's trying to bounce back, but has a hard time doing that.
That sounds super relatable to a lot of people.
A lot, yes. That's why I got the audition, because I'm like, oh, this was me a few years ago. Oh my gosh, I can do this oh so well. I've been through this, kind of. So I'm glad Mel picked me for it. And, you guys will be in for a treat. You're going to like it. You're going to like it.
So how were you able to tap into some of your life experiences and maybe things you witnessed from other people to get to the role of this character?
Meaning, like, how can I relate to Clay?
Yeah, how could you relate to it? Were there any moments where you feel like you had to put yourself back in a situation to fully bring out the emotions of the character?
Oh, yes. Oh, a couple of years back when I lost everything. I mean, everything. like, my place, my crib, my job. Like, I've been in Clay's shoes, and I just felt like I was worthless. I was just like, man, I worked so hard for this, and I just lost it like that. I'm over here like, sheesh, like, what am I supposed to do? He just gotta really. Clay has to learn to just deal. He has to deal with the negative cards that's been dealt, and just learn how to just pull through. Have faith and just pull through. That's what he has to do. And how I cope with it, it's just like, thank God for support, thank God for friends, thank God for family, and you're nothing without them. It's one of the biggest blessings I have as a human being. And the opposite, what Clay doesn't have with his mom, he's just, I'm not trying to say a whole lot, but oh my gosh, just get your tickets, and you're gonna be in for a treat, a big treat.
Listen, you are only the first person from the cast that we're meeting with, and I'm like, I gotta see this play.
You have to see this play.
You got me already.
You have to see this play. I mean, like, I'm glad. Shout out to the whole production team. I know sometimes I was like in my feelings a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, again? Like, but it has to be great. It has to be perfect. The scene with my mom, my brother, the lady I'm with, like, it's like, I know, I've been there before. I've been there before. Oh, I know this all too well. Oh, she doing that? Like, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been here before. Like, you just have to be in tune. I miss you. I miss you too, Gabby.
Now, I know you graduated from Morgan State University, HBCU, okay?
All day.
So just tell us about the importance of HBCUs and what Morgan State did to impact your life?
Oh man, Morgan State is pretty much enhanced the African American culture for me. Like, you know, growing up, you know, I just feel like how I felt accepted. You know, it's just no matter where I came from, I felt the love. You know, I mean, the roommate thing, I don't know. Some people, man, whoo, I'm not gonna
They
go
crazy.
there, but like, did you just eat my brownies? Like, oh man, but like the whole thing altogether, like, you know, I just feel like going to Morgan State, going to HBCU was great. Yeah, I felt like meeting so many people. I'm still friends with a lot of people who went to Morgan State, who graduated with me, before me, and after me. You know, we all keep in touch. We all check in just to catch up. And Facebook is really keeping us all intact. So I really, you know, appreciate going to Morgan State, even though I majored in broadcasting and I'm over here being a whole educator. So like a whole assistant educator. So like, you just never know how the cards have been dealt. But all the people who are in HBCUs, man, focus on the goal. Get that degree, that certification, anything, you know. Everything else will just fall into place, you know. So that's all I could say, man. I enjoyed MSU. So it's just funny how I thought I would never be going to college, and everything I said I thought I wasn't going to do, God put me through. I finished college. I have a degree, broadcasting. I worked at TV stations, radio stations, you name it. I've done it. Editing, reporting news. It was fun. But hey, it's not over yet. I still have a passion for that too. So look out for that. That's coming soon as well.
Yeah, now I was going to get into this a little bit later, but you already mentioned it. You also work as an assistant teacher. You work with children that have autism. So
yeah, that's my current job now.
Yeah, so what's a misconception that you think people have with people that have autism?
The misconception, you have to accept it. Basically, you know, like this is who they are. You know, this autism can happen to anybody. You know, accept it, because they're going to accept you, and they don't have no filters either. It's never a dull moment. It's never a dull moment.
What's the craziest thing you heard them say?
I can't say it on you. I can't say it on No, I can't say it on IG Live.
They keep it real. They keep it 100.
Oh yes. You know, remember we had two students. Favor is African. So like,
okay.
How can I put this?
Somebody said, say it.
I know who that person is. Okay. Okay. I think he has a foot fetish.
Okay.
So like, you know, we have our fun time. Fun time is like after we do our class assignments, our class objectives, we have like a half hour of fun time. I mean, they can go on video games, they can go on anything. Wow. I'm sorry, I read one in the comments, you know, I just, because she knows what I'm talking about. So, you know, and I can get to that to the later, but Favor, he had a crush on this new student named Nyla. And Nyla was like the only girl in the program in their grade period. And they were always flirting. He was like, hi, Nyla. Hey, Favor. It was kind of cool. I kind of let it slide. I'm like, it was kind of cool. And then when when she broke it off, oh my Lord, he was in his feelings. I felt like I was watching a movie. He was like, oh God, Nyla, no. Nyla, no. Nyla, oh my God, Nyla, no. I'm like, Favor, calm down. It's okay. It's going to work out. It's going to work out. And then I have Anthony. Anthony, I think he has that short man complex because he doesn't like being told what to do. He doesn't like he doesn't like taking orders, for one. And one thing about my program in the autism department is that we have you know how students have their regular lessons that may last for like 2 weeks or so. Yeah. Ours last even longer because like they're really on that period. They really have that they really can't catch on like normal students.
Yeah.
Neither do I. Hey, sometimes I be like, ugh.
Right. Okay. Sometimes you play that back, tell me a different way.
It's like a Snoopy thing. It's like womp, womp, womp. Wait, what did he say? Did I miss it? Womp, womp. And we was on a lesson for like 3 whole weeks. And And during the virtual learning, there's no holds barred. They was just like saying anything, and I was, on the computer just watching. And the teacher was talking about an assignment, and then Anthony said, "Oh my God, why are we still talking about this?" And I'm like, "What you say, Anthony?" Anthony thought he was on mute. He just went in and just said exactly. He said exactly what I was like, "Oh my God, you should have muted yourself." I was like, "Ooh."
Oh my goodness.
Can somebody tell me what we're doing with this? What did Jennifer say to Bradley? Here go Anthony. Why are we still talking about this? What did you say? I'm like, ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, shout out to Anthony and shout out to Faber.
Yeah, well, Faber has graduated. He's going to high school now. And I'll see Anthony in 8th grade. Anthony's going to be here another school year, and we're going to be in the buildings this time. So just pray for us because
Lord, ain't no me there.
We're slowly opening back up. I'm like, oh, we doing this now? I mean,
yes.
I know. I think I've been. I got vaccine. I've been. I got the Johnson, but I'm playing it safe.
Yeah, definitely. Now, you made your TV debut on BET's Christmas film Heartbreak, the Holiday Heartbreak. So tell us about that experience and what that was like, and just finally making it to the big screen.
It was dope, yo. Heartbreak beats talent, first off, and I submitted my headshots, and they said headshots only good for like 3 years. And I had short hair in my headshot. And I submitted it. I'm like, oh, it's good. Megamind, BET. Okay, great. Let me see how this works. I got an email 3 days later that I was needed on set. Do you want to be an extra on set? I'm like, sure. Okay. So I said, where we going to film? They gave me a location. I rented my car, and I just drove out. It's just amazing how I didn't get approved to get the day off to go on set. So thank God for. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I even showed my boss the contract, and I still got denied. So I'm like, I'm still gonna go, So I'm over here like, all right, I'm gonna do virtual. I told my coworkers, they understood.
Right.
So like, so I was just going virtual on my phone while I was like, on set. And I met Michael Collier.
Okay.
Country Wayne is a fool. I didn't
Country Wayne.
But like they said he was a fool on set, and I saw this little video of him like acting out, and he was dancing at the end of the credits. And they said, look, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna punch him in the face. I'm like, I'm gonna do what? You're gonna punch him in the face, like he's asking for your girl. So what would you do if somebody's asking for your girl? You're gonna get curious, right? I'm like, yeah, but it depends what he's asking her for. So, and I read the whole plot about the film, about he wants to apologize to every girl he did wrong because he's getting that karma back through his daughter, with the man that she has an encounter with. And long story short, I was on set. I had to go to this house, and Michael Collier and Kenneth Wayne, shout out to them, and I was opening the door for them. And he asked my wife, he said, I want you to punch him in the face. Like, be mad, put some force into it, You know what I'm saying? Put some force into it. So I did it like 12 times. And it was like, okay, cut. People was like, awesome. And then Michael Collier was like, so, you're the Michael Ealy lookalike that's going to punch me in my face? I'm like, yo, the whole set just went like crazy. And he was like, yo, it's going to be on TV, right? I was, what you mean? No, your scene is going to be on TV. They're going to know who you are. I'm like, what? My name is on the credit. Like, it was a great experience, man. I definitely enjoyed it. Social media got me out. All my friends shared the photo and the scene. I got so many reposts on IG. It was like, yo, this is dope. This is dope. This is only the beginning. Like, it took years to get here. So I'm like, I'm thankful. 2020 ended off great. So I'm just like, yo. And then 2021, with these auditions and script readings and getting picked for this virtual play, you can't get no realer than this, man. It's a blessing. And I can't wait. I got a feeling it's going to get even better. It seemed like every time I have my moments I want to give up, I get an audition. Every time I want to give up, I get like another opportunity. And I'm like, okay, God, I get it. I'm going to just keep on going.
Yeah, he's telling you stop doubting yourself. Keep going.
Exactly. Stop doubting yourself. You got this.
Yes. Well,
All right.
thank you so much for joining us, Brian. We can't wait to see you play the role as Clay and what kind of man. Just tell us if there's anything you have coming up and just how we can reach you. What's your social media handles?
Oh, well, I changed my name to actor_Brian G. Look out for this new movie coming out called Old School Rollers. It's like a little skating film kinda, and I'm playing a cheating boyfriend.
Okay.
I have a little part in there. You know, she's throwing my clothes at me. I'm just acting crazy. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. It's funny.
I can't wait. So make sure y'all follow Brian. What's it again? What's your at?
Actor_Brian G. You know?
Actor_Brian G. All right. Thank you so much, Brian. We wish you much success.
Oh, thank y'all. Thanks for having me. And
of course,
you're gonna see me again. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Yo,
LB.
What's going on?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Leah?
I'm doing good. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so excited for the play.
I'm super excited for you guys to see the play. Thank you for the Link Entertainment for this coverage. We appreciate it so much.
Of course. Sure. So
What's
you
up,
play
fam?
the character of Andrew.
Yes.
So if you could describe Andrew in 3 words, what would it be and why?
So Andrew is a family man. He is passionate and he is a lover.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason, you want me to tell you all 3 why?
Yeah, go ahead.
So he loves family. He's really big on family. He is really, he loves hard. And he's passionate about whatever he's doing in the moment, whether that's family, whether that's his work or himself. He's just really passionate for sure.
Yeah. And what was the most challenging part about getting into this role?
Wow. So I played Andrew about 2 years ago, where we had like a live audience. And so this time is on film. And so there is a moment there, because this play is about so many different things, but there is a moment where Andrew is kind of at his end, and he is have a very intense conversation with his wife, Carrie, and he just kind of loses it. And so that's, those parts are really challenging because you got to stay in it. And you got to make sure that you are really understanding it's coming from a very real space and a real place. And so playing that part or that argument that we have, and some other things in the play that we go through. I feel like, Andrew has arc that is really crazy. And so playing that, it's always been like a challenge, but it's also fun too. Super fun.
Yeah. Now, I know you don't just look at yourself as an actor, but an overall artist. So how important is it for you to tell stories not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera as well?
Yeah, so definitely I see myself as a business artist, and as you say, an artist who tell stories from the boardroom, tell stories in front of the camera or behind the scenes. And so I see myself as an asset to do a number of things in the entertainment industry. And whether that's me at the board table making executive decisions for something, for a project that needs to happen, whether that's with entertainment, whether that's with ministry that I'm doing, or whether I'm the actor who needs to portray the story, or I'm or I'm behind the scenes helping another artist to kind of tell their story and get their information out there as a producer. So it's so many different hats that I wear, but also it's rewarding in so many different ways to be able to tell a story. And I'm not, it doesn't have to be about me, but if we can tell a story that really matters, then that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Now, I know you are a man of God, so I just wanted to know, how do you find a way in your career to represent God and attribute him to a lot of your accomplishments?
Yeah, so God is really huge in my life. My faith is my anchor, and so it really drives what I do. I allow the Lord to kind of lead me in what I do in my career. I mean, especially in this career, as you know, entertainment, it's tough. You know what I mean? It is something you're always getting rejected. You're always getting whatever. And so having that as an anchor, that's how it drives me to kind of stay grounded. And I allow that to really lead me to the projects. I understand that I'm a man of faith first before I'm anything else. And so I'm always asking God before I do any project, before I do anything, that, will this please you? Or what can I do? And I think it's really important as an actor, because sometimes I will do things like in this particular production, it isn't a faith base. It has faith themes inside of the play. But it's really about how I interact with folks off screen. That's really important to me, as that's how I minister to people through without off the screen or off the stage or whatever. So that's really how it shows out, is who I am in my everyday life and how I interact, whether that's with a director, whether that's with my castmates, whether that's with an executive, my family. And so I try to allow faith to really anchor everything I do.
Yeah, I love that. So in your own words, why should people come out to see this play?
I think I've been saying it for so long. I believe it is real, relevant, and relatable. It's a relatable production. I think so many people can really relate to the themes that are in this play. We talk about faith. We talk about infertility. We talk about loss. We talk about love. We talk about success. We talk about hurt, domestic violence. We talk about manipulation. Those themes are running very deep into our play. Melanie Burrell, she wrote this production. And so all those things I believe are relatable to a Black, white person, any person. It's relatable. I believe you'll find something in there if you really open your heart to receive whatever what we're putting out, for sure.
Yeah, so if you have anything else coming up, let us know. And how can we stay in touch with you?
Yeah, so I am working on my first movie. It's an independent film call. It's a thriller / suspenseful movie. We're shooting right in Baltimore, and it's called Pennies, and it's coming out in 2022. I play a goon, so he's very different from Andrew. Andrew, he's a lover. He is a kind of stand-up guy. He's an architect, but this guy is a goon. So I love, one of the things about being an actor is getting to play people who I'm not. And so this character, and there's some ways that I'm similar to Andrew, some ways I'm not. But in this character, I play the goon. I get to play on the bad side of things. And so I'm doing some things in the movie that is really fun, that I'm excited about, and it comes out 2022.
So did you post a picture on your Instagram? Because I feel like I seen you, on the block all dressed up.
You know what? I think I posted it in, I don't think I went, I don't know. I haven't posted on Instagram yet, but I think I posted it in one of our circles. And so, but I will be posting it soon, because we wrap by the end of this summer. I'll wrap if I have one more scene I have to do. And then once I wrap, and then I put it out there, and I'm excited about it. I mean, because it's just a really interesting story. It's an interesting story about Baltimore, and it's about real estate and how the government and all that stuff is intertwined. So I'm excited about it. I'm super excited about it. I think it's a relevant story too, similar to What Kind of Man, for sure.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it all.
I'm here for it too. And listen, thank you for the Link Entertainment, man, for just kind of hitting us up and making sure that we represented, especially people of color in this industry is definitely matter. Especially, we come from, our writer, director, producer is a Black woman. And so she is doing her thing out here. And so we're excited to champion her and to really showcase her work to the world. It's crazy.
Yes, of course. We got to support our people and get the word out. So we got to support each other. So anyway, I can be a part of that. I'm here for it.
Thank you.
So how can people follow you? What's your handles?
So my handle is I am LV Hamer on Instagram, LV Hamer on Facebook. So LV Hamer, if you type that in, LV Hamer on IMDb as well. So everywhere Facebook and Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't have Snapchat or TikTok, just Instagram and Facebook for right now. So The people are going hard in the chat, and
They
I'm
really
telling you,
are.
I love y'all so much, man. This is great. I love y'all.
Yes, thank you so much, LV. It was a pleasure having you on, and you are welcome anytime.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Yes, you're welcome. Hey, how are you?
I mean, the chat. I was like, baby, it's easier if I send a request.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. I was looking for Stevie. I was like, oh, her name probably not Stevie on here.
Oh my birthday, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, that's how we be doing. We make up stuff. Yes. So how are you feeling today? What's your energy like? The play is dropping next week.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous at the same time. Today I'm doing great. You know, as it's approaching, I'm getting even more and more nervous. I don't know if you know, but we did do this play about 3 years ago, in person, live, and it was great. This was really my first real experience on the big stage. I had some acting gigs when I was like small with like church productions and stuff like that. So Melanie really took me under her wing and made me her little protege. She kind of developed me and helped transform me so that I can bring her character to life.
Yes, I'm here for it. So just tell us a little bit about your character and who you play in the stage play.
So I play April. I love you, LV. I guess I won't give too much information on her, but she really is a stern character. Listen, she's very accomplished, and she won't settle for anything other than what she wants. At the end of the day, if she doesn't like it, she will speak up, and you may not like her delivery, but at the end of the day, she's gonna stand up for herself.
So is your character someone that we're all gonna love, or everyone's gonna love to hate?
Likely, you probably won't like my character unless you've been me at some point, and then don't do it, Gabby. And then and then here's the thing about real life, especially as a woman, depending on your experiences and your background, you tend to kind of once you start dating and getting into relationships, you take out some of those things that you haven't healed from in your childhood. And they don't always come off the best way, but eventually you learn through those mistakes that you make to evolve and be better. You won't really see April's full evolution in the play. That's hopefully forthcoming with something on, but yeah, more than likely you won't like her.
Okay, so was that a little exclusive? There might be a little spinoff with April.
It's possible.
Okay.
Everybody, just something longer. We're looking to branch off, so wherever it goes, I'm with it.
Okay, y'all heard it right here first. So make sure y'all go see What Kind of Man, so then you can see the possible spinoff with April. Okay.
Absolutely, you don't want to miss it.
Yes. So I heard that you can sing.
I can. You know what? I don't know who told you that. Melanie told you that.
A little birdie told me you could sing, so I was wondering if we could hear a little something.
Listen, I'm so shy. Melanie loves putting me on the spot. She tried to put me on the spot. I ain't gonna sing though, cause I. So what, if y'all follow me on Instagram, you might catch a video here and there that might get deleted 5 minutes later. But
somebody said she can sing. So
Lord, yeah, I do occasionally. I like to do a lot. I like to write. I like to sing. I can write music. I'm actually in the process of trying to write my own book about my life because, and I just hope that for who's ever watching, if you've been through something in life, you may feel like sometimes you want to give up, but I can attest to I've had a very rough upbringing, and just never give up on your goals, never give up on your dreams. You can do anything. Anything is possible, and it sounds so cliche, but it really is true. Like anything is possible, and just stay true to yourself and do what you love and chase your goals.
Yeah. Now, I know you have a lot of support from your loved ones and friends and everything like that. So just tell us how important family is to you.
Family is everything to me. Look, my cousin in the chat. I got everybody. But no, my family is so important to me. I'm not really too close with all of my family, so the ones that are close to me, I do treasure. Look at my best friend in the chat. Um, my whole life surrounds around like my kids, my partner, my friends. I really am just like such a giving and loving person. I don't really expect anything in return, but I do really appreciate their support at all times. I do really love you guys. You know, they just mean the world to me. They keep me grounded. They keep me going, and they give me purpose at times where I don't feel like I have a purpose. So I'm very grateful for them.
Oh, that was beautiful. So is there anything else we can expect to see from you soon?
Outside of What Kind of Man, just be on the lookout because again, I am trying to write my book about my life. Y'all would love it. It's gonna be it'll make it'll make you laugh. It's gonna be a tearjerker for sure. It's gonna be a long book though, but I'm in the process. You know, just follow me on Instagram, keep up with me, and you'll see everything I got coming out.
All right. Do you have like a goal of when you want to be done by?
I'm hoping to be done by the end of the year. I found that as I'm writing this book and I'm kind of reliving some of the things that I've been through as a child, I tend to have to step away from it for a while because it brings up things that I haven't necessarily dealt with. And sometimes I find myself getting stuck on the part because I'm like, how do I transition to somewhere else? So this is my first book, so this is something that it's definitely taking a lot of time, but I am hoping by the end of the year to be done with it.
Yeah, so we are looking forward to seeing it. Make sure you hit us up so we can shed love on you and your new book when it comes out. So
yes, for the opportunity to come on here and talk about the play, everything like that. We appreciate you.
Of course, of course. Now, what's your Instagram or Facebook, everything that you have, so we can keep in touch with you?
So my name is the same across every single thing except Facebook. I have my real name on Facebook. But my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, it's all Muvavey, Muvavey. And of course, my actual name. It's spelled Steve with a Y at the end, so people think it's Stevie. So I don't care.
Oh, it's Steve.
So my uncle had passed right before I was born, my mom's brother. So she decided to name me after him with a little feminine twist. So instead of Stevie, she made it Steve.
Ah, Steve.
Had a plan. So
I like it. That's cute. Steve. All right. Well, thank you so much, Steve, for dropping through. We wish you the best in everything that you do.
Thank you. You have a good one. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey,
hi.
Please tell me what your name is so I can stop butchering it.
It's cool. You try it. So it's Kika.
Okay, Kika.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Kika. And what's your last name?
Ayodeji. I'm Nigerian.
Mm-hmm. Ayodeji. Okay. I did Ancestry.com, and I'm Nigerian too.
Hey sis, come on down.
Yeah,
so
teach me something.
Okay. Welcome.
Yes. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Thanks so much for inviting us on this show. It's been good. My castmates have been killing it. Thank you.
They have. Y'all are amazing. I can't wait to see this play. I'm really excited. Hey. I'm going to tell everybody I know because this is something we got to see. And it's virtual, so you got no excuse to go and see this play.
Buy your ticket. It's virtual. You can stay at home and watch it.
Yes. So you play the character of Carrie. Mm-hmm. So just tell us a little bit about that character, what she's like, if you can relate to her at all.
Oh, of course. Carrie is sweet. She's an angel. I mean, she has no issue. I'm lying to you. She is the opposite of that. Okay. She's very manipulative, but she has her reasons. Like, I don't want to judge her, She's been through a lot, and to counter that, she just makes up things. And she doesn't tell the truth all the time, which causes a lot of issues, as you'll see when you watch the play.
Okay, so without giving away too much, what's your favorite dialogue or your favorite line in the play?
Oh, that's good. I think for me, it's the scene where she tells what happens. She finally explains what happens. And then from there, you see like her true humanity, like who she truly is. And she can really accept love from there. Before that, it's like, she's like a tyrant, you know, it's like, why is she acting like this? What's good with her? Like, her husband is the most loving husband. You spoke to him already, played by LV. He is perfect to her. So why is she kirking on him? But she has her reasons, you know? You know how like sometimes as Black women, we go through issues and it's like, you really have to dig deep to find what is that issue. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I know you've been acting for a while. So just tell us, what made you fall in love with acting and want to do it as a career?
Oh, that's a good question. I think, so I'm Nigerian, like I said. We used to go to the store and my mom used to get these Nigerian videos and we would just watch it as a family. And it was such an experience. Like when you turn on a movie, you don't think about your stress. You don't think about your bills. You don't think about, you know, oh, dang, I got to do this today. You're just gone for a couple of hours or minutes. And I just love being a part of that process, even if it's behind the camera. So I just love being able to take people away from their real life just for a couple minutes, you know, just to ease the stress and then, you know, come back to your life. I just love to help people get away.
Now, you were actually a part of a student Emmy-winning project, which is huge. So tell us about how proud you are of that moment and just about the project.
Of course, shout out to Shayla. She's a Black woman as well. I love working with Black women. And shout out to Mel. She's a Black woman. She created this beautiful story. So Rivermint was amazing. It's about the civil rights movement and how it's a young girl. And she's telling her grandparents, like, hey, we're still dealing with racism. And her grandparents are like, no, we dealt with that. So you don't have to deal with that. And she's like, but we still are. So we need to do something about it. So it just takes you on that journey and you guys can watch it. I'm going to plug, shameless plug. I'm going to send you the link and, you know, you guys can watch it.
Okay.
The writing director, she actually got to sit down and speak with Vivica Fox. So yeah, on Fox. So I can send y'all the link and all that if you want to check it out.
All right. Okay. Yeah, definitely send me the link because I will definitely look at it and put it up. I'll put it on our website so all of y'all can see it as well.
Hey, thank you.
Yes. So you are also, people can also catch up with you on Amazon. You're on a short film on Amazon. So tell us about how you got that role of Adana, I believe her name is, and what the whole short film is about.
Sure. So I'm Nigerian American. My parents came over in like the 80s, I want to say, mid 80s. And so I was born and raised here. Growing up in a Nigerian household, you have so much stories, like stories for days. And the director, she went to Howard and she sat down one day and was like, I want to make a web series about this, like being a Nigerian American and what that means, you know? And so she had me audition. I can't remember what that process was, but it was dope. It was fun on set. We were there till like 2 a.m., but it was just so fun, you know, and we got awesome feedback. It's called Plantain and Proverbs. If you want to check it out, Amazon Prime.
Yes, so that's huge. Sis is on Amazon Prime, okay? So make sure you go support her.
It's like something slight.
Yeah, so what can we expect to see from you in the future?
Definitely more short films. I love working on short films. Another play, I'll let you guys know about that. And I really want to get into producing. By God's grace, you know, I'm going to put God's name in there because I can't just say it. He has to help me. So definitely want to get into like helping other people make their own stories come true because it's hard. It's not easy.
Yes. I love that. This is a great conversation.
Yeah. Thank you, girl. And I like your earrings. I have some like that, but I can't find them. Like, I'm like, oh, they're so cute.
We going to pray they pop up somewhere.
They probably somewhere. I need to clean up my room.
In the spot where you least expect it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I truly appreciate it. Y'all make sure you go to Eventbrite and check out What Kind of Man. Get your tickets right now. They have 2 showings, July 17th and July 18th. Next week is virtual. You don't even have to leave your house. Watch it right in the bed so you got no excuse.
Exactly. Watch it in your PJs.
Yes. So what's your handle so we can follow you and keep up with what you have going on?
Oh yes, I am going to write it down because my name is long, but
Okay.
it's just my name. It's just my name, Kike, and then my last name, Iodeji. And you can find me on Twitter because I be rapping.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I just like to talk, so I just be talking about anything. Right now, I'm talking about Manifest. Have you watched Manifest yet? Has anybody watched Manifest yet? I'm hooked.
You talking about the show?
Yeah.
Yes, that they just canceled.
Yes. I don't know why they canceled it. It's like number 1 on Netflix. But hey, I'm rapping. Yeah, I love that show.
Okay, so you do like reviews on the show, or what do you do with the talking about the show online?
I just talk about it, like, so you know how it got canceled? People have been like protesting and writing on Twitter, like, bring back the show, at least to wrap up the storyline, because it's like it left on a cliffhanger. So I'm just like, I'm rallying. I'm like, bring back Manifest, you know? Yeah, hopefully.
I'm here for it. I actually have not finished the series. I think I'm on season 2, but it's a good show. I remember when like the trailers first came out, and I was like, okay, this looks good. Like, I'm gonna make sure I see this.
It's really good.
Yeah, so y'all, I don't know who's in charge, but y'all need to bring back Manifest. Ain't got to be on the same network. Netflix pick it up, Hulu pick it up. Somebody BET, somebody pick it up.
Right, pick it up, please.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
It's Kika.
Boom.
Kika.
My Nigerian sister. Yes.
Yes. We're sisters for life.
For life.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Hey. How are you?
How are you? I'm
great.
Good. Thank you.
I love your hair. I love the curls.
Thank you. It's the curl action today. It's the curl action. It's the little Bo Peep.
So you played the mom on the play. You played
yes,
the mother.
I do.
So what experiences and maybe women in your life did you draw from in order to play this character?
Okay, so because I'm not a mom personally, I had to draw on the experiences of those women around me who are mothers, however they choose to mother. I'm going to just say that because mom is very interesting. And I also had to draw on a few personal experiences with creating or expanding mom's storyline. Mom has she has a very interesting way. I will say that. So because of the things that she's been through that she doesn't necessarily discuss, I had to add a few things to her story to give her a little more body, because she's rough. Mom is rough. And we're like polar opposites. Mom is rough.
Yeah. So what challenges did you have getting into this role, get into character and bring that emotion out? Ooh. Or lack of emotion?
Yeah, I had to really just sit in bitterness to really portray mom, because that's really the root of why she is the way she is. So, and again, just draw from the people around me through observation, through things that may have been shared, draw from that and really push it out.
Uh-oh, she froze. Did she freeze for y'all too?
Okay, I'm back.
I'm back.
I never left. See, mom, that's mom. She don't like me talking about her. That's that mom. She don't like me talking about her.
Right. Okay, let's run that back.
Run it back. Okay, so mom. So again, just the complexity in that character is sitting in a place that I no longer am. Going back and sitting in bitterness, if you will, and just staying there. And really operating from that place, because it's bitterness and resentment, if you will. Mom, she's emotionally stuck. I'll say that. She's emotionally stuck, because I can't give too much away, because then it'll start, going over. Mom's emotionally stuck, like a lot of women who experience things in their younger years, and it sticks with them as they get older. And when it's not dealt with properly, when they're not healed and they're not given the tools to navigate through that and to overcome those things, what happens is you see a lot of people emotionally stuck, and they respond to other people accordingly. Because if you're broken, you only know how to function in dysfunction and brokenness. So mom, unfortunately, in this story, is not a healed woman. She is a broken woman. She is a bitter woman and a resentful woman. And therefore she spews. She's. So that's not who I am, but that's who mom is. Okay. So yeah.
Listen, Shanika's not that way.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't imagine living my life like that. Because when I did have a short stint, it was very difficult. So I just had to go back to that place again and absorb the energies around me again through observation and through things that were shared and those experiences, and push mom out. She surprised me from the very first reading. I was like, oh, this lady, I want to fight her.
Now, give us 2 reasons why people should come out and see this play.
Because it is a real story, and the stories that are shared are not the usual stories. You have men who are dealing with verbal and emotional abuse, and you have women who are afraid to tell the truth about things that really broke them and things that really hurt them. And you see the reality of the dysfunction and what it actually does. And in this production, it's not glossed over. And those who know me, yes, the good elder is in the play, but I want you to understand, this is not your Medea play. This is not that. We love Medea, we love Tyler Perry, but this is not that. We're digging and we're displaying the real, and it's raw. So it's gonna be some colorful language, but still buy your tickets, because y'all watch Tyler Perry news shows, and y'all watched this is a big rich town. Y'all watch that show, Power, and y'all was watching other things, and you listen to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. If it's up, then it's stuck. Come on, somebody. Okay. So don't be too holy, but buy your ticket. But because the story is important, because I believe that it's a good conversation starter for us to heal as a people, as a culture, for parents to start having conversations with their children, for men to start opening up about their experiences. So I love what Melanie did with this piece, because we need to have these conversations. We need to have them. Yeah. That's all of it in a nutshell. That's why you need to come see it, because it's real.
Yes, and tell everybody how they can come and see it. Where do they go to get their tickets?
So you got to go to Eventbrite and type "What Kind of Man," and we have 2 shows, that Saturday and that Sunday. Oh, y'all, let me look at the flyer.
July 17th and 18th. I believe.
The 17th and the 18th. So get your PJs, get your popcorn, kick your feet up, relax, but don't sit back too far, because you're going to be, wait a minute. We don't want you to be too excited, little popcorn. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, get your water.
Let me get you some water, some good water, some good tea, because we're gonna be spilling some, okay?
Yes. Now, speaking of tea, a little birdie told me you could sing.
Oh, wow, this is so interesting.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. So I was wondering if you could, give us a little something.
Okay, so I do have a single out now entitled Cornerstone. Okay. So I'm just sing a little piece of that. Let's see. Chief cornerstone, you are my strength, you are my light in the darkness, you hold me up, you pull me through, and Lord, you're all I ever needed, you are my strength, you are my strength. Oh, thank you guys. Y'all
Yes.
are funny in the comments. The comments are hilarious.
Yes, they are firing you up in the chat.
Yes,
Literally.
I love it. Thank you all so much.
Yes, that was beautiful. So
thank you.
So what else you got? You got an album coming out? You got an EP?
So I'm working on that because don't tell nobody, y'all. I want to do a live recording. I want to record some of these things live. Fun fact about me, I'm a worshiper to the bone, and I feel like the songs that I write, they will be better served live. I'm gonna just say the studio was great, but live is my thing. So I am working on some songs with some people, and we're excited. And I just got casted for a web series. It's a play that I was in called oh Lord, my character is Juanita Lion. Type it in the comments, help me. Oh my God, it just left my brain. I'm sorry, y'all. I did suffer a concussion a few months ago, and sometimes my brain like to play peekaboo with me when it comes to recalling things. The Ties That Bind. The Ties That Bind by Lorraine McDaniel. So we're turning it into a web series. So I'm so excited about that. I cannot wait to start filming that.
Yes, that's
we're
exciting.
hosting auditions, guys. So go to my page, and if you're an actor, actress, you want to be a part of that, go look, go find that. Do your thing. Let's go. It's a season of open doors. I'm not gonna prophesy tonight, but I'm just saying it's a season of open doors. Amen. Somebody needed that. Catch that.
Amen.
Catch that.
Caught.
Amen. Listen, there it is. Amen.
Yeah, so you say you suffered a concussion?
Yes, I survived a car wreck back in September. There were a lot of things that went on with my body, but God is good. You know, I'm here to tell the story. I know it was I tell people, I say it was an assassination attempt, but God, I'm still here, and no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. The devil been trying to kill me since I was 2 years old, and that bullet flew right over my head, hit my mom in the arm, and went in that drawer. I'm still here. Attempted suicide about 5 times, could not do it. I actually attempted, went real hard. I got scars, but I'm still here. So God is good, and I'm telling you, yes. So I survived. God and I'm still here.
He's not done with you yet, okay?
Not yet.
You got things to do.
I got things to do and people to see. Come on,
yes,
somebody.
Okay. Uh-oh,
Listen.
Instagram telling me I got 2 minutes.
Uh-oh.
We might have to start this all over.
We're gonna listen.
All right.
Let me stop. Don't me stop talking and getting excited, because you know when you start talking about God, honey, I get excited.
Listen, it could go.
And we could go. We could go.
Yes. So if we cut off Melanie, I'm gonna come back on, and then I'm gonna interview you. Okay? We're not gonna forget about the director, the writer, the producer. Okay? See, God was saying Melanie need her own thing. That's what God was saying.
Listen, she gotta do her own thing. Come on.
Yes. So how can we stay in touch with you? What's your social media handles?
So Wagner Shanika Official on Instagram, Shanika Wagner on Facebook, as well as TikTok. And you can visit my website, www.ladymeekmen.org. And that's how you can contact me.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, I want to see y'all.
This was the cast of What Kind of Man. Okay.
Yes.
2 showings, July 17th, July 18th. Go on Eventbrite, type in What Kind of Man, buy your tickets. It's virtual, y'all, so you don't have to leave your house. You don't got to get dressed up and go nowhere. Go here, buy your tickets, and go see the show, okay? You do not want to miss it, all right?
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you so much. You have a good night as well. So
Good
how are you
evening.
feeling?
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes, I'm so happy to be speaking to you.
Likewise, it's a beautiful experience meeting you right now.
Yes, y'all, this is the talented, the fabulous, the woman herself.
The woman herself is the only part of that I'll take.
Listen, the writer, director, producer, What Kind of Man? It comes out next week, July 17th and July 18th on Eventbrite. Get your tickets, and guess what? Don't worry about what state and city it's in. It's virtual.
It's coming to you regardless.
Okay?
Regardless, it's coming.
Yes. So what made you want to put together all your talent and put together this amazing play that highlights different areas of abuse?
I don't know if anybody noticed, but there are independent playwrights in this area, and they focus on abuse a lot. But they always favor the female side, like most of America.
Yeah.
You know, oh, girl, he shouldn't have hit you. You should leave him. Oh, he got the nerve. You should leave him. But we never actually addressed that beginning part, the what happened before, you know, he may have spazzed on you, he may have hit you. We never talk about the what happened before. And I have friends and I've seen instances where Chris Brown is my favorite example. Chris Brown is the best example of this. He got the letdown of his life, but we didn't say, you know, Rihanna was antagonizing first. We didn't care about that part. We just saw her beat up picture and it was Chris Brown's fault. So there's always something that happens to the glass of milk. You know, it gets tapped, it gets, you know, an aggression before it actually tips over. And I thought, since I'm a female, why not, you know, advocate for the males? Because it does happen. So that was my favorite part, to not be the everybody's best friend. You know, girl, leave him alone or whatever. You did something. What was it? And here's your result. You can't really be mad at your result. Like, by all means, I don't condone abuse in any way. I don't condone manipulation in any way. But it's life. It happens. So that's what we get. I think LV touched on it pretty decently. We are touching on a lot of things: manipulation, abuse, loss for some sensitive women who can't carry kids. We have miscarriage in there. Some things that are very sensitive, very touchy. When we did it a couple of years ago, I did it in a black box theater, and the space was so condensed that everything that happened, everybody was so emotionally invested in. And I was like, well, all right, let's do it again. But let's be COVID safe. So here we are, a couple of years later. We did some verbal re-innovation because, you know, language changes every day. So we did a rewrite. We did a couple of reads. I went through a stage for like a month where I was losing cast members to gain cast members, to lose them again, to gain more. So I'm really happy with my 6. I'm glad it's not like The Lion King where it's like 300 people and 250 people dropped out, because I'd be stressed.
Yes. So I really love this perspective. And I love that you thought about it and said, since I'm a woman, I could really get away with doing this. Because if a man said, I'm going to stick up for the fellas, like, it ain't always us, that would have been taken real wrong.
It's always always overlooked. Yes, we women, and I will include myself in this, we're not always right. We're not always right in any given situation. We're not always perfect, and it sucks that at least 80% of women think that we are. We're just without fault. I don't know why, but I mean, even Eve did wrong. So you have to know that it's going to simmer down, you know, however many years later to us. Eventually, it's going to fall on us. So I think I've gotten that note a lot. People are kind of interested in the fact that I took the man side. Y'all are welcome. You're welcome.
Yes. So what kind of people are going to like this play?
People that see themselves. I don't strive to write to please anybody. Like Shanika said, I don't gloss over anything. The language is colorful. It's colorful.
Okay.
It's colorful language. But it comes from a real place. I don't know too many people around me that when they're upset, they don't choose the curse word over a better word. So I just put it there. People that would like it are the people who see themselves in any of the situations, or gossipy people who just like tea. They'll like it.
Okay. So the average person.
Basically. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what was the most challenging thing about bringing the script to life?
Any challenge that I have with anything that I write, I always strive to find real people. I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of plays, and I struggle with connecting to things that are not real. So the biggest problem that I had writing it, even when I wrote it in school as just a one-act play, just something to get a couple of cans for the homeless people, it's always creating real people, real modest people, which then brings the actors a challenge, because now they have to look within themselves to create these real people for other people to relate to. So that was my biggest challenge. It wasn't really the storyline in as much as it's creating real people within real events, in a way that the audience can receive it.
Okay. Now, I know you got a big start and a lot of experience at your HBCU, North Carolina Central University.
The North Carolina. Okay.
Excuse me, the.
The North Carolina. Yeah.
Listen, us HBCU people, we got to be extra.
Absolutely.
Okay? We got to put the illustrious, all of that.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm a Delaware State University alumna, so.
Love it.
Yes. So, how did that experience at Central prepare you for now and open you up to different roles in the theater and entertainment career industry?
Okay. So fun fact about me, I went to school for theater with a concentration in performance, not writing, not directing, or anything like that. And it came time for the Melanie to audition for her concentration, and I didn't get it the first time. And I was like, well, shoot, what did I do wrong? Everybody else got theirs in my group except me. And that's when I started realizing that I could not, it was a disconnect. I couldn't relate to certain people because they weren't me, or I wouldn't react this way, so I couldn't put myself in certain situations. So I really had to study. I had to study psychology. I had to study the people around me. And I learned somewhere in that, in my first year and a half, that the goal is to create real people for people to relate to. I started dabbling in other things. Could not graduate without taking a technical class. So I had to take Tech 1 and 2. And when I started thriving in Tech 1 and 2, I got an opportunity to work at the National Black Theater Festival. So now I'm working with Lamont Rucker, Felicia Rashad, the guy who plays Big Red in the 5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
I'm starting to work with these people, and I'm listening to how they talk to people. I'm watching how they go into character, things like that. I even studied actors that I've never met. Sanaa Lathan. I saw that she really goes into herself. Like when she's not on set, she's in her dressing room. She's actually in a robe and a hood, and she's like to herself. So I'm learning little tidbits from everybody, just studying people, studying books, studying people I'll never meet, studying people I did meet, kind of coming all together to create theater. So I got a lot out of North Carolina Central University. It definitely job opportunities for sure in my field. But the ability to learn and study more than what I thought. I just thought I was going to go to school, act in a couple of things, and graduate. That's not what happened. So I'm grateful for the opportunities to do and have my hand in a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So what was it like being around those, those incredible actors, Felicia Rashad, and I'm sure that the people behind the scenes, production was at the top of their game. What was it like being around them, and what did you take away from that experience?
So when I worked with Lamont Rucker, they were both in the same space. It was two different theaters, but I was bouncing back and forth. Lamont Rucker is just a loving person. Like, he's a really tall teddy bear, and he's that way all the time. So when you see him in Why Did I Get Married, you're like, oh, he's sexy. Yeah, great. I'm like, yeah, but he's actually really soft and really loving. Like, he loved on every audience member. He stopped to answer every question. But then when you got to the other theater and you get to Felicia Rashad, she really is stare down Claire Huxtable the whole way through. And she wasn't even on stage. It was a read-through. So it wasn't like she was really acting, but she was doing a read-through in a show. And the stare down, Melanie, can I? And she only knew me for the 2 weeks that I was working. She probably doesn't remember me now. That's perfectly fine. I can still put on my resume that I work for her. So, she really is. She's grace. She's poised. You know, when something wasn't right, I think the sound didn't go right one night, and she stopped and said, you know, can we fix this? You know, doors open in such and such amount of time. It was the grace and the humility that came with the request, because, you know, anybody else in diva mode, their mic goes off or their light goes off the wrong way. All hell hits the fan, and Satan is immediately called to the forefront. And we're like, well, why do we have to even go there? We can fix it. You know, it's not a thing. So it was great working with humble people who respect the craft, because a lot of actors don't.
Yes, that's amazing. So now you got the chance to work behind the scenes with all of that, but now it's your time. It's your play that people are coming to see. Okay, so why should people come to see your play?
Why should you come see my play? Because it's my. No, I'm kidding. I think that it's something for everybody in it. And people like to be nosy. So I appreciate all of the nosy people for sure. But I think I did not write to entertain you. I think I wrote to grab your attention to some bigger things. It does open a door for discussion. It does open a door for healing in the bigger scheme of things. And it's really LV, Kika, and Steve A, and Brian, and Shanika. We had a cast member that just got in town today, but she wasn't on the last live. The cast they are a godsend. I'm part of the editing process, and I looked at all the different scenes, all the different takes. And to have all 6 of these actors take the role seriously and be in it each and every time, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Some people are just not easy to work with. That's acting, your regular job, your 9 to 5. Church folk ain't easy to work with on the deaconess ministry, not all the time. So to have a concrete team and then turn around and have a bomb tech team, because sometimes I'm stressed out about everything. I have to micromanage everything, have to have my hand in everything, but to be able to take my hand off of it, to not have to not always coach these actors, to not always have to coach your tech team, to just sit back and say, okay, you good? Okay, I'm going away now, is great.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love you too, Brian. I see you.
So is Gabby, is that the castmate that didn't make it?
Gabinator, she's right here.
Gabby, you free? You know, after this, maybe I can hit you up.
Listen, you can be finished with me and bring her on. I loved watching them.
Yes. So Gabby, let me know if you're free, because I'll bring you up in here.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Shout out to Darnell Ellerby. He has a production company, Alexander Milan Productions, he did my filming, and then De'Ara did everything else. So shout out to Dee Dee for doing everything else, from assisting, sending out text messages, the flyers, the earlier flyers, answering the phone, staging the set in such a way. I promise you, the black box that we used is no bigger than your living room, and we just made it happen. And that's all Dee Dee. Dee Dee is the GOAT. So I'm grateful for everybody that was a part. I will give you my handles because I really want you to talk to Gabby. She says she's free.
Yes, give us the handles.
All right. So it is Go Mel Burwell on Instagram. It is Mel the Artist on Facebook. I do have my own production company. It's official REB2 Records. You can find that on Instagram, and I am actively running the All Things What Kind of Man Instagram page.
Yes.
So you can get me wherever.
Yes, hit her wherever. Make sure you follow up with her. Let them know how. Well, before I do that, so What Kind of Man is a play, but it's virtual. So tell us a little bit of the difference, because I know it's recorded for people to see virtually. So what's kind of different about it that people can expect?
It is still in theatrical form as it was live, but it's a precursor to what I'm doing now. I will give you the tea. You're hearing this first. Somewhere between the middle of December and January, we're going to go ahead and extend it and make it a movie version. Okay? You get that first. They didn't even know that yet. So, hey, surprise.
A movie?
We're getting a movie. So we give April more of a backstory to why she is the way she is. Clay gets more of a backstory to why he is the way he is. Everybody gets a more in-depth backstory. The difference between stage and movie, you can kind of compensate the story with dialogue and a conversation on stage. A movie, you kind of got to show it. It's like mandatory. So we're going to go ahead and show the things that we couldn't necessarily elaborate on stage. Because the show is virtual this go round, you don't catch people the first time just like on stage. On stage, you get a one-hit quit. If you didn't make that audience member cry that first time, you better hope you do it the second night or the third night or whatever. You got to catch them that one time. You're getting that same effect, but the actor had to do that scene like 4 times before we actually got the one that we're going to use. Some takes were 4 or 5 takes. Some takes were more like 25, 30, 45 takes. So you're not getting it one and done, just like, live. You had to go through that a few times to get the right shot, to get the right emotion, to get the right lines sometimes, because sometimes it was a brain fart and everybody was like, cut, go again. So it's like, it's right in the middle. It's not a movie just yet, but it's not a play either. It still has the technicalities of a movie, but it's still a play for now.
I'm here for this. I'm here for everything. Listen.
Thank you.
You got the virtual play. You got the exclusive. It's going to be a movie, okay?
Yeah.
Now,
look for me next summer. It might be my birthday gift to myself. I don't know.
When's your birthday?
July 15th, so next week.
There you go, y'all. There you go. If you need an extra or like a little
we'll always need an extra. We'll always need that.
I'm here. Somebody
might
say
just write
keyword
because I can.
Okay.
Love it.
Just hit me up. You got my email.
Absolutely will.
Yes. Now tell everybody how they can go and get their tickets and see this play.
All right. So Eventbrite / What Kind of Man, the virtual experience. I believe is the whole link. The link is also in my bio, and it's in all the cast members' bios as well. So just click on the link, pick a day you want to, chill. The show on the 17th, I believe, is at 7 o'clock. The one on the 18th is at 3. So get your whatever it is you want to eat, your crab legs, your pastas, your whatever. If you're doing a watch party, I think a couple of people are doing watch parties. If you're doing a watch party, make sure your food is good. Make sure you have whatever drinks, wine, whatever. Just make it a good experience for you because it's your house.
Make sure the meatballs are hot. I hate
Right.
when the
Don't
meatballs
have
ain't hot
cold
no
meatballs.
more.
No cold meatballs.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Melanie, for joining us. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for the cast. I'm excited. Y'all go get your tickets.
Thank you so much for having me. I love it. Thank you so much for having my cast as well.
Hey, Gabby, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So how you feeling? You got the play coming out next week?
I'm feeling good. I just got back in town at like what time? Like close to 6 a.m. this morning. So I'm chilling today, but I'm feeling good. I'm really excited for don't do it. Don't do it, Steve. Already. I'm feeling good. I'm really excited for everybody to see this show. It has been such an amazing time working with this process. I also did the stage play when we did it the first time, like 3 years ago. And my character did change slightly. So it was really cool to be able to play the same character, but differently. There were different aspects to Leah. So that was fun.
Okay. So tell us about your character and what we can expect to see from her in the play.
So my character is Leah.
What a coinky dink.
I love Leah because this play handles so many heavy and weighty topics, and then we get just like a breath of fresh air with Leah and seeing how she interacts with Clay and just how her personality and her character kind of brings everything together. I think it's interesting that she does have that relationship with Andrew's character as well a little bit, and how her relationship with Clay develops. She is look at Steve in the comments, y'all, talking about some Leah.
I see.
It's okay.
They
it's
irritated
fine.
with your character.
It's just her. It's just April. It's okay. But she is light. She is full of energy. She is very compassionate and caring, and she's just genuine. She's just overall a genuine person, and I think that it's really, really nice to just see her come to life.
Yeah, so a lot of the characters seem like they have a lot going on. They got drama. They got, childhood trauma. Do we see any of that from Leah, or is she kind of like the calm, chill one trying to make peace?
She's just the calm, chill one trying to make peace. She really just wants to see Clay succeed. She really just wants to see him come into who he is as a man. She just wants to see him thrive, because I think she can kind of feel and see the struggles that he's going through in his life, and she just wants to make it better. Honestly, I think it's funny though, because off camera, that's kind of the relationship that Brian and I had. We definitely had a lot of really good conversations. We definitely had a really nice relationship that was built over the time, and it was really cool to see that personal relationship translate into this work.
Yeah, a lot of actors say, when they have a good relationship off screen, they can easily translate that on the camera. So that's amazing that y'all had that experience. Mm-hmm. So how did you find out about this play, and what made you want to audition for it?
So I actually didn't have an audition process. Melanie has known me since like before I was born. She's known me my entire life. I've known her and her family. We grew up together in the same church. So I don't even know if I've ever told her this, but I've always looked up to Melanie. I remember I was in performing arts schools my entire life, and when I was in the 11th grade, I was like, I want to do theater. I want to do this acting thing. My friend actually dared me to audition for the open call for a musical, and I was like, girl, I sing in a church choir, I dance, let's do this acting thing. And I went from the transition of going from a classically trained clarinetist to an actress, and that was hard. And I remember I was looking at schools and I was trying to like find my way, and my mom suggested that I like follow Melanie and like see what she's doing. And I've kind of just always like been creeping on the side, like just peeking through, like, ooh, that's somebody I look up to, and her mom as well, because I'm a musical theater actress, and that realm, having to sing and do voice lessons. And she mentioned her mom, who is a voice instructor as well. So I've always just kind of been watching from the sidelines, like, hey, I've known them for a while, and this is something that I want to do. So I want to say Melanie put out a Facebook post, and she saying she had a call. She said, I need some actors. And she just told me to come through to the house, and I came and I got the script, and I've been a part ever since. And it's been amazing.
I love that. That was such a beautiful story. See, this is a testament. You never know who watching you, y'all. You never know who watching you. That's why you always got to be on your best behavior and go forward with excellence. Because Melanie had no idea that Gabby was out here creeping on her.
I was fangirling a little bit. I was was like, oh, like this is my chance. Like, she wants to, like, wow, like I might get to work with Melanie. That's crazy. Like, wow. And I was like, oh wow, like she picked me. Like, wow, I guess maybe I am like kind of good. So it was really cool.
I love that. So in your own words, give us 2 reasons why people should come out and see What Kind of Man.
2 reasons. 1 reason is because, like, why not? Simple as that. Why not? And 2, because it really is real life. I love how the story touches on so many different things, and I really just think that everybody would be touched by watching this story. I think Melanie did an excellent job with putting real life on a page, so that it can be brought to life.
Yes. So, sis, do you still play the clarinet?
I do. I haven't played in a while. I do miss it from time to time. I'll be like, oh man, I'm a little sad. I miss playing. It's sitting in the corners, hopefully not collecting too much dust.
Yeah, so what else do you have coming up for us? Do you have any other plays or movies or auditions coming up that we can be on the lookout for?
Not at the moment. Right now, I'm really focusing a lot on ministry. So I just came from, I was in Ashland, Virginia at Calvary, Campground, Calvary Pentecostal Tabernacle. If you ever find yourself in Ashland, Virginia, please go visit the campground. It was an amazing, spirit-filled. It was an amazing experience. I was changed from it. I had a wonderful time. So yeah, ministry, my church home. I'm doing a lot there. Building community, bringing people Jesus.
I'm here for it. So, what type of ministry were you in out there?
I was just my Apostle Malik Edwards. He was there ministering for the there's a summer camp series, and he was ministering the past 3 days. So the 5th through the 7th, he was there, and I was just there in support of him. But I do serve at my church on the deliverance team, so I did do that while we were down there. Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it all.
Yes.
So how has God impacted your career? Your life and your career, and how do you go forward with your career involving him?
Oh, that's such a good question, because I think I was very naive and very immature when I first started. And when I got to the church I'm at now, which is Relentless DC, which is in Springfield, Virginia, come visit us. We have service at 11 a.m. But when I started going there, my eyes were completely open to a new way of this Christian walk, of this life with God. And I had to shift a little bit. I had to take a step back and be I need to include God in my plans. I need to consult him. I need to actually think about the things that I do and the roles that I accept, and understand that even if I'm here and I'm in a show, or if I'm doing a project, that I'm also on an assignment there, because ultimately I'm there for a reason and God has placed me there. So understanding that was huge, and it was kind of difficult for me to navigate at first, because I'm there are certain things as a Christian woman I should or I should not do. And I had to really take that step back and really take that time with the Holy Spirit and be like, oh, okay, this is a conversation. and just really trusting him to put me in the right places is the biggest thing, because it's like it's all about your faith, and if you have the faith that God is gonna put you where you need to be, then that's the biggest thing.
I love that. I love that, Gabby. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to keep in contact with you and see what you have. So let us know your social media handles.
So this is I really use Instagram. I'm actually not active on Instagram right now. I'm taking some time off, but I jumped on here to be with you all. I love my fam. It was so good to see everybody. But my Instagram is __ Gabbinator with 3 R's. So it's GABBINATORRR. I do also have an artist page that I use. I'm trying to get that off the ground. It's Gabby's _gifts. That's my artist page, and I'm not really on. I don't have Twitter or Snapchat or TikTok really. I am on Facebook, but I don't really be on there that much. So Instagram is the best place to reach me.
All right, hit her up on all of it, but don't expect to see nothing unless you want Instagram. All right, thank you so much, Gabby. Thank you, Melanie, and the entire cast of What Kind of Man. Make sure you go on Eventbrite, search for What Kind of Man, or you can go into the cast bios because they have the link there.
Yes.
Look for What Kind of Man on Eventbrite. They have 2 showings, one on July 17th, one on July 18th. The 17th is at, I think it's 7 o'clock. I think Melanie said that. And the one on the 18th is at 3 o'clock p.m. So make sure you get your tickets. Don't worry about what city and state it's in because it's virtual. Okay? Yes. Pull up on your couch. Pull up on your bed. Okay?
Thank you for having us.
You are so welcome. So thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.